Beloved child, you are listening to this message because something inside you has reached a moment of awakening, a moment where the old ways of thinking, fearing, and doubting no longer feel comfortable, and this discomfort is not meant to hurt you, it is meant to free you, because whenever the soul outgrows the past, it begins to gently push you toward a new version of yourself that is stronger, wiser, and more aligned. And you may not yet see how everything will unfold, but you are being asked to trust that the confusion you feel is simply the space between who you were and who you are becoming, and in that space miracles are born, because when you stop clinging to the old, you finally make room for the new, and this is why people, situations, and even dreams that once felt right may now feel heavy, because your energy is shifting, and as it shifts, it naturally releases what no longer matches it. And this release is not loss, it is alignment, because everything that leaves now is making space for something that fits your higher self, and as you move through this transition, you may feel moments of loneliness or uncertainty, but these moments are not empty, they are sacred, because they are teaching you how to stand in your own presence without fear, how to listen to your inner voice without distraction, and how to trust your intuition without needing permission. And this self-trust will become the foundation of everything you build from here forward, because when you trust yourself, you stop chasing validation, you stop shrinking to fit into places that do not see your worth, and you stop accepting less than you deserve, and this will change your relationships, your goals, and even the way you see the world, because you will no longer be looking at life through the eyes of someone who feels small, you will be looking through the eyes of someone who knows their value, and this knowing will bring a quiet confidence into your life that no external success could ever give you, because it comes from within, and as you continue to walk in this confidence, you will find that opportunities begin to appear in unexpected ways, that ideas flow more easily, and that even challenges begin to feel purposeful rather than punishing. Because you are now living in alignment with your path, and alignment always creates a sense of flow, even when the road is not smooth, and as you continue to move forward, you will begin to see that the past no longer has the same hold on you, that old wounds no longer define you, and that the stories you once told yourself about who you were are being replaced by a deeper, truer understanding of who you really are. And this understanding will heal parts of you that have been waiting for compassion for a very long time, allowing you to release guilt, shame, and self-judgment, and as these heavy emotions fall away, you will feel lighter, more open, and more capable of receiving the good that life wants to give you, because you were never meant to live in constant struggle, you were meant to live in growth, in love, and in purpose, and as you continue to choose yourself, to honor your heart, and to listen to your inner guidance, you will begin to build a life that feels deeply aligned with your soul, a life where you no longer feel lost or disconnected, but grounded, present, and at peace, and this peace will stay with you even when things are uncertain, because it comes from knowing that you are supported, guided, and capable of handling whatever comes your way, and this knowing will carry you through every season of your life, reminding you that you are not here to merely survive, you are here to awaken, to grow, and to become the fullest expression of who you were always meant to be, and as you continue on this sacred journey, step by step, breath by breath, you will realize that everything you have been through was leading you to this moment, this deeper understanding, and this beautiful new beginning where you finally allow yourself to live, love, and create without fear, because you are ready now, and you always have been. As you keep walking forward in this new awareness, you will start to notice that your thoughts are becoming softer, your heart is becoming braver, and your spirit is becoming lighter, because when you finally stop fighting who you are, something magical begins to happen inside you. You start to feel at home within yourself, and this feeling changes everything, because no matter where you go or what you face, you carry a sense of stability with you that cannot be shaken by the opinions of others or the chaos of the world, and this inner stability will help you make clearer choices, allowing you to walk away from what no longer serves you and move toward what truly nourishes your soul. And even if this path sometimes feels unfamiliar, you will continue to follow it, because deep inside you know that it is leading you toward a life that feels more authentic, more meaningful, and more aligned with who you really are. And as you honor this alignment, you will begin to attract experiences, people, and opportunities that mirror the love and respect you are now giving yourself, because the world always reflects the relationship you have with yourself, and this new reflection will remind you that you are worthy of good things, that you deserve peace, and that your dreams are not foolish. They are invitations from your soul to grow into something greater, and as you continue to trust this inner guidance, you will feel a quiet excitement about the future, not because everything is perfect, but because you know that whatever comes, you are strong enough to meet it with grace, courage, and an open heart. You are here right now not by accident but because something deep within you is awakening and calling you to listen, and as you listen you may begin to notice that the old fears, the old doubts, and the old limitations that once defined your life no longer feel as powerful as they used to, not because they have vanished, but because you are growing beyond them, and this growth is not loud or dramatic, it is gentle, steady, and deeply transformative, like a seed quietly breaking through the soil to reach the light. And just like that seed, you may not yet see how strong you truly are, but your roots are spreading deeper every day, giving you the stability to rise into a new version of yourself, a version that no longer lives in constant survival mode but begins to experience life with curiosity, confidence, and inner peace. And this is why your thoughts are slowly changing, because you are starting to realize that not every thought deserves your belief, that not every fear deserves your attention, and that not every old story you have been telling yourself is actually true. And this awareness is powerful, because the moment you stop automatically believing the voice of fear, you create space for a new voice to emerge, a voice that speaks with wisdom, compassion, and clarity, guiding you toward choices that support your highest good rather than repeating old patterns that kept you stuck. And as you listen to this inner guidance, you will begin to feel a quiet strength growing inside you, a strength that does not need to prove itself, a strength that simply knows who it is, and this knowing will change the way you move through the world, because you will no longer chase validation, you will no longer beg for love, and you will no longer shrink yourself just to be accepted. You will stand in your truth with a calm confidence that draws the right people and the right opportunities into your life naturally. And this shift may feel unfamiliar at first, because you have spent so much of your life adapting to survive, but now you are learning how to thrive, and thriving feels different, it feels lighter, it feels freer, and it feels more aligned with who you really are. And as you step into this alignment, you may notice that certain relationships, habits, or environments begin to fall away, not because this can feel painful at times. But it is also deeply liberating, because you are no longer holding onto what no longer fits, and this creates space for something new to enter your life, something that matches your evolving energy, your deeper self-respect, and your clearer vision of what you truly want, and this newness may not arrive all at once, but it will come in gentle waves, small signs, unexpected opportunities, and subtle shifts that guide you toward a future that feels more aligned, more fulfilling, and more true to your heart. And even when you cannot see the full picture yet, you are being asked to trust that every step you take is part of a larger unfolding that is working in your favor, because you are no longer moving blindly, you are moving with intention, awareness, and a growing sense of faith in yourself, and this faith will become your anchor when things feel uncertain, reminding you that you have already survived so much, that you have already grown through so many challenges, and that you are far more capable than you often give yourself credit for, and as this realization settles into your being, you will find that you are no longer as easily shaken by external circumstances, because your sense of worth is no longer tied to what happens outside of you, it is rooted in who you are inside, and this inner stability will give you the courage to take risks, to try new things, and to follow the dreams that have been quietly calling to you for a long time. And this feeling of being connected to yourself, to your purpose, and to the present moment is what brings true fulfillment, and as you continue to walk this path with awareness and intention, you will realize that you are no longer just surviving each day, you are actually living, breathing, and participating in your own evolution. And this evolution will continue to guide you toward a future that feels more peaceful, more meaningful, and more aligned with who you really are, because you were never meant to live a life of quiet desperation, you were meant to live a life of quiet confidence, deep connection, and inner freedom, and that is exactly what you are stepping into now. As this journey continues to open before you, you will begin to sense a new kind of stability settling into your heart, a stability that does not depend on what is happening around you but on what is happening within you, and this inner steadiness will allow you to move through life with a gentle confidence that no longer needs to be proven, because you are learning that your worth was never something to be earned. It was something to be remembered, and as you remember it, you stop shrinking. You stop apologizing for existing, and you stop dimming your light just to keep others comfortable, and this will feel unfamiliar at first, because you have spent so much time adapting to survive, but now you are learning how to honor yourself, and this honoring will change the way you speak, the way you choose, and the way you love, because you will no longer give from a place of emptiness, you will give from a place of wholeness. And this wholeness will naturally attract people, opportunities, and experiences that respect and reflect your true value, and even when something does not work out the way you hoped, you will no longer see it as rejection, you will see it as redirection, guiding you toward something more aligned with your path, and this understanding will bring you a deep sense of peace, because you will no longer feel like life is happening against you, you will feel that it is unfolding for you, shaping you, teaching you, and gently leading you toward the version of yourself that is more confident, more compassionate, and more free, and as you continue to trust this process, you will discover that you are capable of far more than you ever imagined, not because you are forcing anything, but because you are finally allowing yourself to be who you really are. As you step deeper into this sacred season of your becoming, you may notice that the way you experience life is no longer the same as it once was, because you are no longer living only from the surface of your mind but from the deeper truth of your heart, and this shift is changing everything in subtle yet powerful ways, because where you once reacted quickly from fear, you now pause with awareness. Where you once doubted yourself, you now listen, and where you once felt lost, you now feel gently guided, and this guidance is not something outside of you, it is rising from within you, quietly reminding you of who you are and what you are capable of, and this inner knowing is becoming your compass, helping you navigate through uncertainty with a new kind of peace. Because even when you do not have all the answers, you trust that the answers will come when you need them, and this trust is allowing your nervous system to finally relax, because it no longer feels like it has to be in constant survival mode, and as this relaxation settles into your body and mind, you will feel more present, more grounded, and more connected to yourself than you have in a very long time, and this connection is healing parts of you that were once closed off, parts of you that learned to protect themselves by staying guarded, quiet, or small, and now those parts are beginning to soften, because they finally feel safe enough to be seen, heard, and loved, and this safety is something you are learning to give to yourself, not something you are waiting for others to provide, and this self-safety is powerful, because when you feel safe within yourself, you no longer tolerate what hurts you, you no longer chase what drains you, and you no longer stay in situations that dishonor your truth, and this new level of self-respect will quietly change the course of your life, because you will begin to make choices not from fear of losing something, but from love for who you are becoming, and as you do, you may notice that certain people, habits, or environments naturally fall away, not with drama, but with a gentle sense of completion, as if you are turning the page on a chapter that has been fully lived, and while this may feel bittersweet at times, it is also deeply liberating, because you are no longer carrying what no longer belongs to you, and this creates space for something new to enter, something that matches your growth, your awareness, and your deeper sense of worth, and these new experiences will not always look how you imagined, but they will feel right in your soul, and that is how you will know you are on the right path. Because alignment does not always feel exciting. Sometimes it feels calm, steady, and quietly right, and this quiet rightness is what you are learning to trust now, and as you trust it, you will find yourself making decisions with more clarity, speaking with more honesty, and living with more intention, because you are no longer just drifting through life. You are consciously choosing how you want to feel, who you want to be, and what kind of life you want to create, and this intention will bring a new sense of meaning into even the simplest moments, because you will start to notice the beauty in small things, the peace in stillness, and the wisdom in your own inner voice, and this awareness will deepen your relationship with yourself, allowing you to treat yourself with more compassion, patience, and understanding, especially when you make mistakes or feel unsure, because you will realize that growth is not about being perfect, it is about being present and willing to learn, and this willingness will carry you through every season of your life, even the difficult ones, because you will no longer see challenges as signs that something is wrong with you, you will see them as invitations to grow, to adapt, and to become more of who you truly are, and this perspective will give you a quiet strength, because you will know that no matter what you face, you have the inner resources to meet it, and this knowing will free you from the constant fear of failure, because you will understand that there is no such thing as failure, only feedback, only experience, only the ongoing process of becoming, and as you continue to walk this path, you will begin to feel more at home in your own skin, more comfortable in your own truth, and more confident in your own choices, and this confidence will not be loud or arrogant, it will be gentle and grounded, rooted in the simple truth that you trust yourself, and this trust will change the way you move through the world, because you will no longer seek approval before you act, you will no longer doubt your intuition when it speaks, and you will no longer abandon yourself to keep the peace. And this self-honoring will bring a new kind of freedom into your life, a freedom that allows you to be fully yourself without fear of judgment or rejection, and as you live from this place, you will attract people and experiences that resonate with your authenticity, creating deeper connections and more meaningful moments, because when you are true to yourself, you naturally draw in what is true for you, and this truth will feel like a gentle homecoming, reminding you that you were never meant to live a life of constant struggle. You were meant to live a life of alignment, presence, and quiet joy, and as you continue to, and this inner safety will guide you through every chapter that is yet to come, carrying you forward with grace, wisdom, and a deep, unshakable trust in the beautiful unfolding of your life.